State of Business, sponsored by
IWS Aviation.
A very good evening and a very warm welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Savindri Jawardana. Let's look at the top stories for the day. Tea prices goes down, industry laments. IMF does not want the government to do away with the state entities, opposition MP says. News in detail. Country's high, medium and low-grown tea prices were down at an auction a week ago amidst the lower activity ahead of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year festival. Total auction volume was 5.4 million kilograms and there was good general demand, Forbes and Walker tea brokers said in a report. The weekly sale average fell to 1,262 rupees a kilogram from 1,271 last week. Ceylon tea brokers said that the high-grown tea sale average was down by 27 rupees and 53 cents to 1,281 rupees from 1,309 rupees last week. According to Forbes and Walker, overall quality showed a decline, particularly for the seasonal quality Westerners. BOP prices fell by 50 rupees, BOPF prices fell by 80 rupees and the price of PF1 fell by 20 rupees per kilo. As the sale progressed, a similar trend continued for teas at the lower end of the market as well. The average price of low-grown tea fell marginally and price of OPOPA gained by 30 rupees while all the other prices remained stable. Low-grown tea comprised around 2.2 million kilograms and market met with fair demand. The medium-grown tea sale average fell 16 rupees and 47 cents to 1,102 rupees and 22 cents last week. High and medium-grown CTC teas BP1 had already any offerings, while the PF1, which commenced firm to marginally easier, declined further as the sale progressed, with many invoices remaining unsold, Forbes and Walker said. In BOP1, Select Best and Best grew by 50 rupees per kilo, while the other were steady. Select Best and Best in PEC grew by 50 rupees per kilo, while the others fell by 50 rupees. In PEC 1, teas at the best category lowered by 100 rupees per kilo, while the others also fell by 50 rupees. In the meantime, opposition MP Patali Champigaranavaka says that a number of government entities which have become just signboards and making huge losses should be closed down. SJB parliamentarian made these observations at a recent seminar held to explain the proposals, which includes the IMF proposal to Sri Lanka.
රාජ්‍ය ආයතන රාජ්‍ය පාලනයට හා ආර්ථිකයට කරන බලපෑම අවම කිරීම සඳහා ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගැනීම. ඕක තමයි සරල භාෂාවෙන් දැන් මේ කියාගෙන යන්නේ ආණ්ඩුව ව්‍යාපාර කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ කියලා. එහෙම එකක් මේ IMF එකේ කියලා නැහැ. ආර්ථිකයට රාජ්‍ය ආයතන කරන බලපෑම පුළුවන් තරම් අවම කරන්න කියලා. ඒක කරන්න ඕන තරම් ක්‍රම තියෙනවා. කොහෙවත් කියලා නැහැ මේ රාජ්‍ය ආයතන මේ ව්‍යාපාර කළ යුතු හෝ කළ යුතු නැහැ කියලා. හරි. දැන් මේකට අපි වැඩ පිළිවෙලක් ඉදිරිපත් කළා. අපි කිව්වා රාජ්‍ය ආයතන 2200ක් තියෙනවා. මුලින්ම බලන්න මේ රාජ්‍ය ආයතන 2200 කළමනාකරණ විගණනයක් මැනේජ්මන්ට් ඔඩිට් එකක් කරන්න මුදල් අමාත්‍යාංශය. කරලා බලන්න නාම මාත්‍රික බෝඩ් ලෑල්ලට තියෙන සමාගම් මොනවද කියලා. සිමෙන්ති සංස්ථාව කියන්නේ බෝඩ් ලෑල්ලට තියෙන එක. ගොඩනැගිලි ද්‍රව්‍ය සංස්ථාව කියන්නේ බෝඩ් ලෑල්ලට තියෙන එක. CTB කියන්නේ බෝඩ් ලෑල්ලට තියෙන එක. එහෙම එකක් නෑ පොළොවේ. එතකොට මේ වහලා මේ හැම එකකටම අධ්‍යක්ෂක මණ්ඩලය ඉන්නවා. මේ හැම එකකටම ඔෆිස් තියෙනවා. මේ හැම එකකටම ගෙවනවා. ඒ වහලා ඊළඟට එකම වැඩේ කරන්න රාජ්‍ය ආයතන ගොඩක් පත් කරලා තියෙනවා. පොල් සංවර්ධනයට ආයතන 3යි, ඉංජිනේරු සේවා සඳහා ආයතන 7යි, ඒ විදිහට තියෙනවා. මම වහලා දාන්න. එකක් කරන්න මේවා. පොල් සංවර්ධනයේට එකක් කරන්න. එතකොට එක අධ්‍යක්ෂක මණ්ඩලයයි එක කාර්යාලයයි. ඒ විදිහට කරන්න.
Moreover, opposition MP Patali Champikaranavarka stresses that the IMF has not brought any obligations on the government not to engage in running the state enterprises by the government, but those should be managed properly. The parliamentarian also assured that the institutions like Sri Lanka Airlines should be privatized and others should be monitored within proper criteria.
තවත් සමහර රාජ්‍ය ආයතන තියෙනවා අත් වශයෙන්ම පුජ්‍යලිකාංශයට දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔය උදාහරණයකට ශ්‍රී ලංකන් එක දිය යුතුයි. සමහර රාජ්‍ය ආයතන වල කාර්යභාරය අපිට පොඩි කරන්න පුළුවන්. කුඩා කරන්න පුළුවන්. විවිධ ආකාරයක ඒක වෙනස් තත්ත්වයන් වලට පත් කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔය කාන්තේ නීතිගත සංස්ථාව වගේ දෙයක්. ලංකා විදුලි බල මණ්ඩලය වගේ එකක්. ඒ වගේ බලපෑම කුඩා කරන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. අන්න ඒ වගේ විද්‍යාත්මක ක්‍රමවේදයකට යනවා මිසක් දැන් වගේ මේ ආයතන පහක් හයක් හොයාගෙන කැටේ පුරව ගන්න මේ ඒව විකිනීම කොහෙවත් මේ IMF එකේ නන්නේ. ඒක වෙන කතාවක්. ඒක මේ ආණ්ඩුවෙන් දාපු 2.5. ඊළඟට රාජ්‍ය බැංකු පද්ධතිය නම් අත තියන්න එපා. බැංකු පද්ධතිය ස්ථාවර කරන්න කියලා තියෙනවා මොනම තත්ත්වයක් ඇත්තත් ඒ අනුව රාජ්‍යයේ බැංකුවල තැන්පත් කරුවන්ට යම් සහතිකයක් එකකින් ලැබිලා තියෙනවා. සහ මේ මහ බැංකුව ස්වාධීන කිරීම තියෙනවා. ඒකට පණතක් දැන් ගහලා තියෙනවා. දැනට ලංකාවේ සහනාධාර අපි කිව්වට හරි ලොකුයි කියලා මේ කලාපයේ ප්‍රමිතිය අනුව ගත් කල දලදේශීය නිෂ්පාදනයෙන් 0.2යි අපි සහනාධාර හැටියට දෙන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ යෝජනා කරනවා මේ ආර්ථික අර්බුදේ නිම වෙන තෙක් 2032 වෙන තෙක් මේක 0.6 කරන්න කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ තියෙන ගාන 3 ගුණයකින් වැඩි කරන්න කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් සමෘද්ධිය තියෙන්නේ බිලියන 60 නම් ඒක 180 කරන්න කියලා.
We will be after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
IWS Aviation. Welcome back after the break. The National Chamber of Commerce recently concluded a session focused on the bilateral relationship between Vietnam and Sri Lanka. The Ambassador of Vietnam participated as the keynote speaker for the event held at the National Chamber Auditorium. Ambassador of Vietnam Ho Thi Thang Truc made a presentation on the theme of destination of safety and success and informed that the journey between Sri Lanka and Vietnam established since 1970. She said that the population of Vietnam is 99.5 million and Vietnam is one among the top exporters of agricultural products in the Southeast Asian region and the world. She also explained that the opportunities for Sri Lanka in Vietnam are apparel, rubber, electronics, agriculture and food processing, gem and jewellery, and that the opportunities for Vietnam in Sri Lanka are telecommunication, agriculture-related machinery, seafood and aquaculture, construction materials and plastic items. She informed that the Sri Lankan investments in Vietnam mainly concentrated on apparel and textile manufacturing, desiccated coconut industries and shipping service. Valuable information on trade and investment and opportunities for export-import was discussed. National Chamber is planning to conduct follow-up B2B session with the intention of developing business between the two countries. On to more local news. Damika Fernando, the newly appointed chairman of the Free Trade Zone Manufacturers Association, says that the export industry is still in crisis. He said this after being appointed as the chairman of the association at its 42nd annual general meeting held at a hotel in Colombo recently. The newly appointed chairman said in his speech that by no means can the current predicament of exporters be underestimated and that the state of business is not stable, contrary to popular belief. The chairman reflected on the fact that 2022 was a devastating year for the business community, and despite the commendable resilience shown, the magnitude of the catastrophe is yet to be determined. He mentioned exporters have to battle through another global crisis compounded by the global financial crisis. The looming economic slowdown of Europe and the US, which are the two major export destinations, have posed a major threat to local exports. He said the increase in corporate and personal taxes, unfavorable forex rates, and the abnormal increase in the cost of commodities, particularly energy, have caused the production costs to skyrocket. As a result, export figures have taken a hit. The chairman says many major industrial exporters are downsizing, shutting down operations or relocating. He went on to say that he hopes that the authorities will realize the seriousness of the situation and take swift action to prevent furloughing, job losses and closures that will ultimately lead to dwindling foreign income. Since it commenced its operation from Katunayaka Free Trade Zone over 40 years ago, the association has been representing the foreign direct investments, expanding their presence to all free trade zones in Sri Lanka. In the meantime, Transports and Highways Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena recently said that the Cabinet approval has been granted to establish a road maintenance fund. The minister says that the government wishes to establish this fund to release the burden of road maintenance from the Treasury. Transport and Highways Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena said to journalists that the government will soon set up a road maintenance fund with initial funding of 100 million rupees to make all main and interprovincial roads and toll-paying roads. He said that Cabinet approval has been granted to establish the road maintenance fund in line with the other countries. The minister stresses that it is to ensure proper road maintenance and also to slash heavy costs incurred by the government for road construction and maintenance. After the establishment of the road maintenance fund, road users, mainly motorists, will have to pay a predetermined toll for using the road. The budgeted allocation for road construction and maintenance of rural and interprovincial roads was 375 billion rupees in 2022, in addition to the local and foreign funding for the construction of expressways. The road maintenance fund will be established under the Road Development Authority to maintain and refurbish existing roads and construct new roads and bridges. There are 25,000 kilometers of rural, interprovincial roads and main highways under the RDA right now. He says that with the negative effect brought about by the economic meltdown, road maintenance has been neglected. He further added that with the income generated by the road maintenance fund, Sri Lanka would be in a position to maintain a better road network in the country without any burden to the Treasury. And that's all news for today. We at Television wish you a very happy and a prosperous Sinhala and Tamil New Year. With that, we'll be signing out for today.
State of Business was sponsored by
IWS Aviation.